One thing that I find, extremely scary and, something that's urgently troublesome is the fact of the, erosion of truth in our country. The fact that once extremist ideas are now becoming acceptable, tolerated, even if someone is moderate, more liberal, even a moderate conservative, they're just becoming, these crazy people talking about, January 6th and, Trump being God's ordained president. And obviously, Trump is just the tip of the iceberg. Obviously, people like Ron DeSantis and, et cetera, are also keen on, backpedaling of rights. We obviously have seen Roe v. Wade be overturned. We could see the overturning, perhaps, Obergefell Hodge is being turned back over to the states. And at that point, you'd basically have, blue states having gay marriage be legal, and obviously adoptions be legal, and then you basically have red states, and obviously, subsections of, softer red, maybe just outlawing, marriages, allowing civil unions. You'd have hard red states outlawing everything together, and obviously from there you'd have the erosion of, federal protections, and you'd probably have blue states like Minnesota, other states being more open to it, and you'd have more purple states probably just allowing civil unions and just being a little more moderate on it. Obviously, it's a troublesome, prospect we can face. Obviously, it's been a hard situation, and we talk about the erosion of truth, the fact of anger, hysteria, fear-based and religious bigotry, the fact that, a vigilante who gets emotionally, angry or oppositional to something that they see or hear about or perceive, through their lens, their values, their upbringing, it can inspire them to action, vigilantism. Perhaps like what happened to me up in Duluth. The fact that, some, dum-dum from the country who doesn't even know me, know anything about me, that's the reason I call them dum-dum. The fact that people can emotionally get bitter, get angry, and get upset without even knowing who I am shows that you have a lack of intelligence, a lack of sophistication to try to understand. The fact that you'll grab pitchforks and guns, patrol in cars, and be vigilantes, to me that shows a lack of inquisition, a lack of intelligence, a lack of sophistication. That just shows me that, you hear something about someone, so therefore that's what they are. It could inspire you to shoot me with an AR-15, chase me down the freeway and snuff out my life. Any gray area will be, paid for and covered up by asking for the help of someone like a Mike Lindell. It's the erosion of truth and the backpedaling of rights in our country that is very troublesome to me. And it's just a warning. I'm just a guy speaking, but I've been through hell and back in this situation. And I could see a day when, frankly, people like Gavin Sims and these right-wing extremist evangelical people, have their day. At that point, I'd be happy to be called the hermit up by Grand Marais who comes into town once a week, because when I was young, growing up, a hermit meant someone who was extremely right-wing, or just someone who didn't want to be bothered by the rest of the world. But if the rest of the world becomes the values of a man like that, hell, I'll be heading for the hills.